Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. Now today we're going to talk about Jeffree Star, Mr. Jeffree Star, the alleged racist, and a whole bunch of other things. Jeffree Star is a lot of things, and I really wanted to make this video specifically because his name is buzzing right now. In case you guys didn't know, a very popular YouTuber by the name of Shane Dawson is currently doing a documentary on Jeffree Star, and I believe it's about 4 parts. And the reason why this is so interesting to me is because Shane Dawson is basically YouTube's pet. He's basically the polished snow bunny YouTuber that does almost a lot of stupid fucked up shit in his past and small minor things now that a lot of people seem to have let him get away with. But that's what happens when you have Caucasian clout. Now let me break down what Caucasian clout and what fetus clout is, because that's what Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson have. So Jeffree Star has fetus clout, which means once little kids support you, you're popping. No one gives a fuck what you do. I mean, if people like this can still be around, I guarantee you people like Jeffree Star aren't going anywhere. Let's be realistic, y'all. So Jeffree Star has fetus clout and he has Caucasian clout. Caucasian clout, for those of you guys who don't know, is when someone, no matter what they do, no matter what fuck shit they do, as long as white people support you, you're popping and you ain't going nowhere. For example, Kevin Hart, when he said something, when he did some shit that was offensive to Native Americans, no one gave a fuck. White people still love him. For example, Chris Brown, he said something really offensive about black women, but white people love the fuck out of Chris Brown and he ain't going nowhere. Jeffree Star has pretty much gotten to a level where he's uncancelable, to the point where a lot of people don't really hold him accountable for a lot of his actions. And I came up with a whole bunch of bullet points and a whole breakdown why a lot of people do not like Jeffree Star, specifically black women. But before I get into this video, I'm eating peach cobbler, Patti LaBelle's peach cobbler. And it just came out the microwave too. So specifically, Jeffree Star is mostly public enemy #1 when it comes to black women, because he's done a lot of things that have really turned a lot of black women off. Because he did have a lot of black women supporting him at first, because he is a very huge face in the makeup industry. Jeffree Star, for those of you guys who don't know, is a 32-year-old makeup artist and influencer that's been around since the beginning of social media. He was a musician back in 2006, 2007. But long story short, Jeffree Star has done a lot of really shady, finicky things, and a lot of his fans have been very finicky about his actions and have even excused a lot of his actions. But the fact that he's so uncancelable now, despite all the shady things that he's done within even this year, is honestly flabbergasting. Although he is very successful and does have an amazing makeup line and people fuck with him because of his real outspoken personality, Jeffree Star has a horribly evil past, and that past is attached to misogyny.
End of the day, Shayla, if you're watching this, have fun with your used YSL purses and your fucked up cheek filler, because
sexual assault.
How was your show? You're not nice to me. I knew it was bad.
But I really want to go down the list of his infamous scandals that a lot of you guys might be familiar with. The one scandal Jeffree is most famous for was when old videos from 2007, 8, and 9, from when he was 20, 21, 22, and 23, resurfaced on the internet 3 years ago. So, if you guys didn't see the videos, here they go.
You can see your pussy. Shut up, you fucking nigger, bitch. You be that nigger, bitch. The fucking nigger. You're a nigger, you fucking ugly ass bitch. Fuck you, hoe.
Oh my god, you need your ass whooped. Now, although Jeffree Star addressed most of that years ago, during his MySpace era, clearly it wasn't enough. Because more YouTube videos of him started to resurface from the past.
Say black folk cannot wear matte cosmetics and you splash your ass in her face.
Well, maybe if she wasn't wearing the wrong foundation color, I wouldn't have to splash no battery acid. I wanted to lighten her skin tone, girl.
Cause I know what you did too. I know what you did to my little sister. You slapped her at Walgreens.
Who, that little black bitch Keisha?
You slapped her cause you was stealing eyelashes.
Girl, I would never steal no motherfucking eyelashes. Honey, I am a woman of wealth, and that black bitch did not see me steal nothing. I was paying with my platinum Visa.
You was a goddamn lie.
Now, do you have Keisha's number? I need her to wash my car. Look at my skin tone, girl. I am blacker than the night.
Oh my god.
And what? Girl, I didn't really mean to. I was just having a moment. You know us white folk, we schizophrenic.
All the resurfacing of his videos happened 3 years ago when he was outed by people in his personal life. Now don't get me wrong, I actually was a fan of Jeffree Star after all that controversy, and I did continue to watch him, and I did find him very entertaining. But let me explain. Some of y'all got your arms crossed like, explain. First things first, I had no idea who the fuck Jeffree Star was. I had no idea anything about him. I didn't know anything about him. The thing about Jeffree Star was, I found out who he was because he was being covered by all news outlets. E! News, The Breakfast Club, Kim Kardashian was out here defending him and accepting apologies on behalf of the black community.
Apologize, I will give him the benefit of the doubt and accept, that people change and move on. And I know better than anyone that I hate when people bring up my past or mistakes that I've made in the past. So everyone get off his ass and let's not be so negative. We're all in this together. There's room for all of us.
So I didn't know who he was until he started going viral for his past. Now, the reason I started watching was because when I first started to watch him, I came across his apology video because I knew that this scandal was a big deal. I wasn't very familiar with it. And I knew he was getting dragged all throughout the internet by black people. Now, I watched his apology and I did feel as though it was very genuine.
That person was seeking attention. I was someone that loved to seek attention when I was younger. I loved the shock value. I loved fighting anger with anger, and I didn't know any better. And does that make it okay? Absolutely not. I want to look everyone in the eyes and let you know that everything that you have seen is so just wrong. It's upsetting, it's nasty, it really makes me sick to my stomach to watch those old videos because what I was saying is not what I represent.
Like, I could feel it. Like, some of us, if you're good with energy, you can feel when somebody's apology is genuine. And I'm not one of those people who don't believe people can change. I believe people can change if they hold accountability and they hold themselves accountable for their actions. If you're not holding yourself accountable for your actions and you don't call out your wrong, you ain't sorry, bitch, and at that point you deserve to be fucking canceled. But Jeffree Star, I felt like he held accountability, and I feel like his apology felt genuine. And a lot of people have the mindset of, once a racist, always a racist. There's no expiration date on racism. But in my personal opinion, I feel like the best cure for ignorance is knowledge. And the fact that he had to get dragged, he lost out on brand deals, Sephora didn't want to carry his products anymore, I think that was something that like really, really humbled him. Other people felt like it was more so because the black dollar wasn't supporting him anymore. And this goes far back as the bus Rosa Parks boycott days. When black people stop supporting you at your prime, that's when shit kind of has to hit the fan for you. I mean, a lot of the stuff that did resurface was 13 years ago, but at the same time, I still hold Jeffree Star accountable for all his actions. I didn't really watch him like that because I don't fucking watch beauty videos. I only watched him if he was like in some crazy drama scandal with some fucking stupid ass celebrity or the Kardashian hoes. I didn't really keep up with him because I don't watch beauty videos. The only beauty product that I own is oatmeal soap, which is a really amazing investment that I think a lot of y'all should invest in. Oatmeal soap is the shit. I would peep into his channel a little bit. But what made me really start watching him even more, because those were 3 years ago. That whole thing was 3 years ago. What made me really start watching him was, in case you guys didn't know, last year, the same YouTuber, Shane Dawson, came out with another documentary. And it basically showcased the horrible things that he went through, his scandals, how he built his empire, and a whole bunch of nonsense. Basically, I watched that entire documentary, and it was literally a 5-part, 5-hour series. And I watched all of it, and it was literally amazing and beautiful. And that made me a fan of Jeffree Star, because he talked about his abusive childhood, his childhood trauma, and he even was bold enough to address the racism allegations, which I respected him even more for that.
Streets of Miami on the boardwalk, and there is a bunch of chicks screaming, "You fucking faggot, freak," at me. So I turn around and I say some really vicious stuff back.
Shut up, you fucking bitch!
Now, what I've never said before, because I feel like if you try to defend something like racism or saying something really awful, it just doesn't ever work out. Yeah. But if you go and find the footage, the people I'm screaming at are Caucasian. Yeah, what I said was racist, but I wasn't saying it to a person of color. I was saying a horrible, offensive word to cut back at someone calling me something awful. Right. So it's not about race, it's not about any of that. It was just about being an offensive, attention-seeking angry person.
And I did appreciate how he even took accountability again and apologized again. And I felt it was very genuine and it was very transparent of him. It was kind of weird that many people try to excuse his past with, oh, Jeffree Star said that he was literally talking to white people. He wasn't talking to black folks in the video. It's not that serious. I don't know why people took it so seriously. And then there was a lot of white people trying to accept his apology on my behalf, where if you're white, shut the fuck up, please, okay? You are white. Don't accept apology on minorities' behalf, okay? Because you're not the one being affected, bitch. But then again, you are using racial slurs that are usually popular amongst black people. So, and then many people even try to excuse his horrible videos with, well, black people call each other niggers all the time. It's not that serious. Okay, listen. Black people use the N-word, nigga, as a sense of endearment. Most black people do. But if you're white and use it as a sense of endearment, I personally won't give a fuck. Although I do kind of cringe when white people think that they can just drop the N-word, and when they're criticized for it, think that they can excuse it with, you guys call each other it all the time. Now, as far as the shit he said in his past, he claimed that he's never been racist. Many of his fans said that he's never been racist. But in my opinion, if you got words like that from the tip of your tongue, without a doubt, you were racist. I think a racist can change their ways, but without a doubt, he was racist. Because calling people nigger bitches, stupid ass niggers, is just not it. Let me tell you something. I've experienced a lot of racism from almost every community. I've experienced racism from white people, I've experienced it from the Latin community, and I've experienced it from the black community. And please don't hit me with that whole, no, that's not true. Black people couldn't have been racially profiling or treating you badly. I've been followed around, treated like shit, and stared up and down by black people. So, but despite me being treated badly by other minority groups or other racial groups or even Asians, or even when I walk into a gas station and the Asian lady follows me around, or when I walk into a Chinese buffet and the Asian people are staring at me to make sure I don't run off on the paycheck, but they're not doing it to the white people. Now the point I'm trying to make is Jeffree Star claims that the only reason that he was saying all these horrible things to people was specifically because people used to say really horrible things to him, like, oh, you're a faggot, oh, you're a tranny. They used to say these things to him. So he would then clap back with racial slurs towards them. Which, it doesn't make it okay, but me personally, if someone treats me like shit and they're from a particular minority group, I'm not going to use their race and think of a racial slur to try to drag them down. I'll call you a bitch, I'll call you dusty, I'll say you ain't shit, I'll say you look the shit from under my shoe, I'll say you're this, you're that. But the one thing I'm not going to do is point out something racial about you know what I'm saying? By a Latino person, oh, shut your stupid wetback ass up. Like, I'm not going to, that's not on the tip of my tongue. So that's no excuse for Jeffree Star. Or if an Asian person is treating me like shit, I'm not going to say, oh, you stupid ass bitch, that's why you eat meow meow, meow meow, and roof roof, that's why you eat that shit. I'm not gonna say, if you're a black person, oh, shut your stupid cotton picking ass up. If you're a white person, I'm not gonna say, oh, shut your stupid white ass up and go fucking season your food, bitch. Like, I'm not gonna say that. Like, things like that aren't at the tip of my tongue. So, Jeffree Star doesn't really have an excuse for things like that, because without a doubt, he was a racist. He was a racist. I feel like he should have admitted that. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that he didn't admit that in his apology. He was a racist. Saying stuff like that is racist. And if you had that stuff from the tip of your tongue, you are a racist. But I did understand his apology, and I did empathize with his struggles and his apology. Because like I said, I believe people can change. Now, after his apology, afterhand, he has done some pretty questionable things that I wouldn't say are flat out racist, but he has done some things that are very questionable. And I do think it's okay for everybody to question everything. He has done some things where he's disrespected many black women on numerous occasions. For example, he allegedly called Jackie Aina, who's the most prominent and most popular black face in the beauty world on YouTube, a gorilla, allegedly, because his hairstylist David Scissorhands outed him to the world.
Messages right here, right? We're gonna go into messages. It's gonna take you to all my messages and all my friends, right? So I'm gonna go up to here in the bar, and I'm going to type in the horrific word gorilla that was used in a racial slur. Now I see I type in gorilla, and the first name to pop up is Jeffree Star. The second one is my weed delivery service that is saying he have Gorilla Glue is one of the strains. Obviously everyone who smokes weed knows what that means. So you click on the message And it goes straight to our conversation of Jeffree Star and myself, and him referring to, am I going to erase Jackie Aina, aka Gorilla's pictures, in order for him to follow me back, and in order for him to be my friend again? Now let's move it up so you guys can see this isn't Photoshop, this isn't Photoshop, this isn't Photoshop, this isn't Photoshop. This isn't Photoshop, bro. I hate to break it to you guys, but that's not Photoshop.
Not only that, when Jackie got brought up on Twitter, he said on Twitter himself, I blocked that irrelevant rat months ago. So you can kind of see where people see it as, why are you targeting a black woman by allegedly calling her a gorilla behind the scenes to your hairstylist and flat out calling her a rat on Twitter. So people have this mindset that he doesn't respect black women and he's still a fucking racist. There's a reason why he doesn't like Jackie. He doesn't like Jackie because he felt like Jackie was dragging him and not showing him love. Because Jackie did a video called an anti-haul. For those of you guys who didn't know, 2 years ago, an anti-haul was a huge trend where you basically talk about companies and brands that you're not going to support. Jackie included him in her anti-haul, and she said, I will not be supporting Jeffree Star because of his horrible comments. I don't care. I'm not supporting him. You disrespect black women, you disrespect black people, you will never get my support. And that's pretty reasonable on Jackie's end. Disclaimer, this video I'm about to show out of Jackie was actually posted 2 months prior to Jeffree Star's apology that you see right here.
Always been very respectful, always been very cordial. You guys aren't stupid, and I know that Jeffree's not stupid. He, like, you guys know why you don't see his stuff on my channel, and I'm willing to bet he also knows why. It's not anything, like, if anybody said the comments that he said and didn't address him and didn't apologize for them, I would do the same thing. Jeffree keeps it real, and I'm pretty sure he understands the fact that I do too, so it's just, not to be catty, but you know, it is what it is.
Jeffree, on the other hand, wasn't really with it, and he ended up blocking her on Instagram, which kind of fueled the Twitter beef and him wanting to call Jackie Aina a rat in a Twitter thread. To which she clapped back and said, just admit you don't like when black women don't worship you and move on. It's much easier than inserting yourself into everyone's fake beef. Not only that, he also called another prominent black face in the beauty world, Makeup by Shayla, a rat.
So I keep getting all these tweets that people are thinking Makeup by Shayla is talking about me on her new snaps. Bitch, I wish the motherfucking hoe would. So basically, we were in New York and this girl was asking Shayla about lip injections. Shayla looked at her entire face and said, you need 'em, bitch, your face is disproportioned. Now, why would a grown woman tell another grown woman something that disgusting and ugly unless she was an insecure rat herself? So long story short, Shayla, your engagement is as low as your IQ, no one fucks with you, all your friends talk shit behind your back, and you're a fucking cunt. Now, I'm as humble as they come, but when fucking cunts like you want to disrespect everybody and act like you're above us all, you can have a fucking seat and a bench. So you can act gangster and talk all the shit you want, you're irrelevant, no one fucks with you, and all your friends talk shit behind your back, so reevaluate your entire existence. So you can try to drag me all day long, at the end of the day, let me know when our checking accounts match. Bye ho.
Makeup by Shayla, a rat, twice on social media and threatened to beat her the fuck down. And also said she looks like a man. The first tweet reads, all these Instagram girls are all talk. I'll actually beat you to the fucking ground and mean it. The second tweet reads, wait until I see this fucking rat at the next event. I'll go to jail for a night. Try me. The next tweet says, she responded to him and said, you should never be okay with or support a man that says he will beat up a woman. And then he replied to Makeup Shayla and said, but you look and sound more like a man than I do, so relax. Jeffree gets a ton of shit from black women in particular because of the whole Jackie and because of the whole Shayla situation. He called Jackie and Shayla a rat. He called both of them rats. But he's never called anybody else who he's beefed with a rat, but he's only called black, dark-skinned women rats. Despite all that, I did still watch Jeffree Star despite him calling them rats. Because as far as the Shayla situation, many people don't know why he threatened to beat Shayla ass to the ground, but allegedly it was because she called his best friend at a beauty event ugly.
Shayla is talking about me on her new snaps. Bitch, I wish the motherfucking hoe would. So basically, we were in New York and this girl was asking Shayla about lip injections. Shayla looked at her entire face and said, "You need 'em, bitch. Your face is disproportioned." Now, why would a grown woman tell another grown woman something that disgusting and ugly unless she was an insecure rat herself? So long story short, Shayla, your engagement is as low as your IQ, no one fucks with you, all your friends talk shit behind your back, and you're a fucking cunt.
Her actions definitely aren't excusable, but regardless of what she said, you don't threaten to find a woman and beat her ass to the ground because she did something that had nothing to do with you. But I don't equate calling a black woman a rat to racism. People see it as, oh, he hates black women, he called 2 black women a rat, which to me personally, I don't think calling a black woman a rat is like, I don't think that's racism. I don't think that's disrespecting a black woman because of her features. But a rat can mean a lot of things. A rat can mean a snitch. A rat can mean a sneaky person, a snarky person, a malicious person, a low-key evil person. A rat can mean a lot of things. So I don't think the whole rat stigma attaches to black women. It's not like he called them chimpanzees. That would have been a whole other thing. And as far as the gorilla comments that resurfaced because his ex-hairstylist David Scissorhands outed him, I question it because the hairstylist was laughing and kikiing with him using the N-word. Because his hairstylist outed him and said Jeffree Star is still using the N-word, and he called Jackie Aina a gorilla. Well, here's my thing. When he called her a gorilla, did you not stand up for her? And also, when he was calling you a nigger playfully, because apparently Jeffree Star playfully calls his friends niggers, did you tell him to stop? Or were you kikiing laughing with him? Because as far as the text messages, it looks like he was saying laugh my ass off or LOL when he was called out. So, are you only exposing him because you don't fuck with him anymore and he fired you? See, I don't trust anyone that stands by and supports a racist behind the scenes and wants to come out and expose him. Just like R. Kelly's wife. I don't trust R. Kelly's wife, where he was allegedly doing all these evil things to her, but then she was out of nowhere bumping his music 5, 8, 10 years later.
Yes, that is my baby daddy playing in the background. What y'all about? Turn right.
So anyone who wants to come out all of a sudden and out somebody for their own benefit, I don't really trust. And plus, he also said if people subscribe to his YouTube channel, he'll do a story time, which I don't really trust him. Text messages can be fake. I question it because he does have a racist past. But at the same time, the gorilla comments, listen, I've seen so many text messages and have even had so many people trying to expose people in my DM, sending me text messages, sending me this, sending me that. But text messages can be faked. Text messages can be faked. You can easily grab another phone, contact Jeffree, get your phone, contact it yourself, and text yourself back and forth to make it seem like you're talking shit about a person and then send it. So I don't really trust text messages. If it was a recorded phone call, yes. But as far as a text message, I don't really trust that. And plus, Jeffree Star never addressed it. Not only that, amongst all these scandals, a picture of him doing Nikita's Dragon in blackface started to resurface on the internet. Although Nikita has denied it and claims that she tans easily. A lot of news outlets didn't cover that because I didn't even know this until a couple days ago. Now let me get to why I stopped supporting Jeffree Star personally on my terms. I personally stopped supporting Jeffree Star 5 months ago because he accused James Charles of being a predator and sexually assaulting men that he's attracted to and also trying to convert straight men. When Jeffree Star isn't very innocent in his damn self. And amongst that scandal that happened 5 months ago with him and James Charles, another beauty guru, Jeffree Star also had videos resurfaced from 10 years ago of him sexually assaulting men.
I missed these. How was your show? You're not nice to me. I knew it was bad. I missed these. How was your show? You're not nice to me. I knew it was bad.
And not only that, there was also footage of him making music saying that he only goes after straight boys.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer, straight boys I must confess.
And plus, there was even a resurfaced clip of him saying that his boyfriend was straight before he got with him. And it also annoyed me because he was just a walking hypocrisy. The fact that he calls people out for some shit that he did. And that just turned me off. I was just like, you know what? This is enough proof for me. You know what? Bye. Okay? You clearly haven't really 100% grown as a person if you're being a hypocrite and calling people out for the same shit that you did. And many people also told me, well, Troy, Obviously, him calling black women this and calling black women that, he obviously should have been canceled. Because obviously he still hasn't changed. He's probably still a racist. And I'm just like, well, that doesn't tell me he's a racist. But I will always hold people accountable for the horrible things that they did that offend black people because of the oppression black people face. Now, for example, Tyra Banks, when she did that whole blackface photo shoot on her show, I held her accountable. I held her accountable even though she barely apologized. And following up his whole scandals from the past, I haven't seen any tangible evidence that he was a racist. I've seen tangible evidence that he's messy as fuck. The tension between Jeffree Star and black women doesn't end here. It doesn't stop here. 3 months ago, a makeup company by the name of Juvia's Place that's known for catering to dark-skinned girls showcased that they support Jeffree Star. Mind you, this is a black-owned makeup company owned by a black woman named Chi Chi. And she also supported him by posting him on Instagram. And Juvia's Place got a lot of backlash. And basically their excuse was, at the end of the day, he's going to make us go mainstream. He supports us. It's business. It's not that serious. And honestly, I didn't have a problem with them posting Jeffree Star. I just had a problem with their response to the backlash, where they just dismissed it and made it seem like they don't care. Jeffree Star's going to help them get attention in mainstream. Because Jeffree Star did review their product in a YouTube video. And it's a little bit interesting because it seems like almost every time Jeffree Star does some fuck shit, his fans give him a slap on the wrist, and so do other drama channels. I've also noticed a huge pattern that many drama channels have befriended Jeffree and have given him a pass for almost anything he does, which is kind of annoying that he's paid a lot of these drama channels in friendship. But in my opinion, although he disrespected Jackie Aina and Shayla, who are prominent black women in the beauty world, I don't see it as disrespecting black women as a whole, because Shayla and Jackie Aina are for themselves and they don't speak for all black women. But even though they have pushed for diversity, I don't look at them as the face for all black women. Because Jackie has been known to do some very, very skeptical things, and so has Shayla. And many people also feel like Jackie isn't 100% innocent or for the people, because a lot of people label Jackie very problematic. And a lot of white people do not like Jackie. Because in case you guys didn't know, a year ago, Jackie tweeted, "Why don't white people say excuse me?" She also followed that tweet by saying, Every time I'm in a public event, white people never want to say excuse me. Instead, they look down, try to look nervous, and make it seem like they want me to say excuse me first. I'm sick of it. White people need to learn how to say excuse me. That's basically what her tweet said. And she followed it with another tweet saying, "I said what I said. If you're mad, then it is what it is." So she offended a lot of white people. And a lot of white people were pressed about what she said because they felt like that she was generalizing all white people in one. Which, let's be realistic. Have you ever been to high school where there's a lot of white people? Have you ever been at the airport where there's a lot of white people? You ever been in a situation where white people just want to look down and don't want to say excuse me? They just want to they expect you to just scooch over. So I saw where Jackie was coming from, because a lot of occasions, many white people don't say excuse me. It's really, really popular amongst white people to not say excuse me because they just feel like they're not entitled to, which is really, really weird. They basically feel like you're entitled to just get the fuck out of their way. When a white person wants me to move and they don't say excuse me, I just stand my ass right there, waiting for them to say it. Women, men, children, everyone. So many people try to use that as an excuse of, well, maybe that's why Jeffree doesn't like her. Maybe she's offensive and rude and finicky and says a lot of mean and fucked up things. But it's beyond that. Jeffree Star and Jackie Aina don't even have history. They've met each other behind the scenes, but they don't really have history, considering that the only reason this all started was because she said she didn't want to support Jeffree. But honestly, I don't think what she said was racist towards white people, simply because white people are not oppressed. If you're not oppressed, racism doesn't affect you, okay? There's no such thing as offending a white person with racial slurs, in my opinion, from what I've concluded over time. You just can't offend a white person with racial slurs, because racial slurs don't affect a white person. It doesn't have any horrible historical... white people just have never been oppressed. The system is built for them to succeed. So what Jackie said wasn't racist. Was it rude? Hell fuck yes. And I don't agree with Jackie saying that, because saying, why don't all white people say excuse me, is a little bit fucked up. And a lot of people also held her accountable because one of Jackie's good friends had his own little birthday party, and on his cake it says, "Rich Lives Matter." And a lot of people wanted Jackie to take accountability for that, because they were like, oh wow, Jackie, you like to call out all racist things. Why don't you call out your friends? And they posted this shit on Twitter, which saying rich lives matter is very shitty, considering that that's derived from Black Lives Matter. And this just goes to show you that a lot of white people seriously don't take us seriously. Not only that, many people also felt like Jackie was weaponizing black women to try to turn them against Jeffree Star, which in my opinion, black women have a mind of their own, and she's never not once say, black women don't support Jeffree Star. She never said that, but a lot of people also pull up the whole, people also call Jackie out for supporting Patrick Star. Because in case you guys didn't know, Patrick Star faced a lot of backlash because a year ago, he wore a 4C wig. Now you can see why a lot of people might have a problem with him wearing a 4C wig, because it's one of those things where women, especially black women, have always been bullied for their hair, the way it looks, and the texture of it. And now that being black and having black features is a trend, Patrick Star wearing a 4C wig rubbed people the wrong way, because they were just like, wow, do you know anything about the culture? Do you respect the culture? Jackie never spoke on this, and many people defended her by saying that, hey, it's a costume party, because he was dressing up as Solange, and Jackie was dressed up as Beyonce. Now, personally, I didn't see it as a big deal, just in my personal opinion, but it's not my place to tell a black woman what she should be offended by. But Jackie Aina, on the other hand, many people criticized her for still being friends with Patrick Star and also taking a photo with Patrick Star wearing a 4C wig, because they were like, damn Jackie, like I thought she was for us. Damn Auntie Jackie, what is you doing? Why are you supporting this nonsense? And many people dragged Jackie Aina and also accused her of only using black women to her advantage. And then when she eventually makes it in the mainstream world, she's going to toss black women off to the side. So that's what many people were saying. And many people were using Shayla allegedly being a mean girl and calling Jeffree Star ugly, and Jackie not really be for the people. That's what people are saying. So a lot of people don't like to hold Jeffree accountable for what he said to Jackie and Shayla, specifically because of the problematic things that they've done. Also, not too long ago, about 3 months ago, Jackie got a lot of backlash from black women in particular recently because she supports Patrick Star, yes, but again, Patrick Star did some other fuck shit where he basically mimicked a woman's entire tutorial. Or basically, in case you guys didn't know, a woman by the name of Chelsea Worthy, who's known for doing makeup tutorials and who's also a makeup artist, had this whole style of makeup tutorials called trap tutorials, where she basically does fancy edits and she playfully moves her hands around makeup. It's a creative way how she puts her makeup on. So Jackie Aina is cool with Manny MUA, and she's also cool with Patrick Star, who have both ripped off the trap tutorial thing and did not even give this girl credit. So they didn't give this girl credit for starting the whole trap tutorial thing. Meanwhile, she's known and viral for doing it, and Jackie is still friends with Manny and Patrick Star. And also, Jackie reposted Patrick Star doing the trap tutorial. Meanwhile, Patrick Star didn't even tag the girl who created it. So a lot of black women were like, well, damn, Jackie, you just gonna post someone who's out here fucking cultural appropriating, who's out here stealing our style and also stealing from a black woman. Jackie Aina claims she didn't know and even commented on the post and telling the girl, hey, I fuck with you, I support you, I didn't know, and I don't think it's that deep. But a lot of people weren't here for her saying that it wasn't that deep. And Jackie Aina got the fuck dragged on Twitter and on Instagram. And she disabled her Twitter and ran to Instagram to make it very clear that she only stands for herself, she's by herself, she stands alone. So that was her thing on it, and she got the fuck dragged still. She still gets shit for that to this day for supporting Patrick and Manny, copying a young woman, not giving her credit, which I understand why she gets criticism for that. I personally don't think it's that deep, but I understand why she gets criticism for it. But hey, I honestly agree with Jackie. I don't feel like she should be the spokesperson or the face for every black person. So I don't think people should hold her to that standard because she never said that. So as far as all this situation and the whole Shayla and Jackie situation and Jeffree Star's past from 12, 13 years ago, many black women use that as an excuse of, well, since he disrespected Shayla and Jackie, he's still a racist. He's still a racist. He still feels that way. He didn't show that he changed. I don't know why Troy thinks he changed. He didn't change. But I see 100% where people are coming from, and I'm willing to hear y'all out. And I'm willing to hear y'all comment section down below, because we need to have a discussion about this. And also, I 100% respect and understand why black women aren't very forgiving towards Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star's horrible comments and his messy behavior and his attachment to messy celebrity scandals. At 32, the fact that he still hasn't 100% grown up, it's a little bit horrifying, but at the same time, he's definitely been held accountable for his racist actions. Now, as far as now, will he be held accountable now? Probably not, considering he has that Caucasian, that fetus clout. Fetus clout meaning little kids support him. Jeffree Star's past has prevented him from working with companies like Sephora, and many other companies refuse to work with him or feature him due to his disrespect to black people and black women, which is very understandable and very well deserved because he made his bed and I think he should sleep in it. The one thing that always annoys me about Jeffree Star's fans is I already know they're going to be all over this video saying, shut your little bitch fat ass up, you're just a hater. Listen, the same people who are saying that I'm this and I'm that, or black people are so sensitive, are the same people who feel the need to accept apologies on black people's behalf. So in reality, if you're anything but black, shut up. If you're not a black woman, it's really not your place to say that they shouldn't feel offended. So at the end of the day, I have to respect everybody's opinion as far as not wanting to fuck with Jeffree Star. And I even had a conversation with my friend a year ago, because when I first became a fan of Jeffree Star, due to the Shane Dawson documentary and then knowing of him 3 years ago and knowing of his apology, my friend did tell me, nah, fuck Jeffree Star, don't fuck with him, nah, I don't know why you watch him. Me personally, I just saw it as I accepted his apology. I understood where he was coming from when it came to his horrible comments about black people, and then she even told me, but he's done newer stuff. And I told her, well, a lot of this stuff hasn't been 100% proven. And she said, well, at the end of the day, I don't trust racism. A racist will always be a racist. And then plus he disrespected black women, so I don't care. And I respected her opinion. So if black women and black people don't want to support Jeffree Star, it's completely understandable and shouldn't be seen as they're just hating or they don't want to see Jeffree Star succeed. Because his fans always throw that out at me. Whenever I bring up his past, they always say, oh, well, black people don't want to support him because they're haters and they're sensitive. Let me explain something to y'all that a lot of you guys who aren't black probably won't realize. Black dollars matter. The minute black people stop supporting people who don't support them, that's when people pretty much go downhill in history. Like, they'll pretty much go downhill. There's even been instances where people have damaged his property in makeup stores, which I don't condone. Jeffree Star does have good reviews on his products, and he is really entertaining. I don't personally want to support him anymore because of his hypocrisy and his oddball behavior. But I do feel like if people want to still support and buy Jeffree Star's products, I don't mind, and I completely understand. Because every time I come across a black woman who does a review for Jeffree Star's products or says that she likes Jeffree Star, many black women are in her comment section lighting her the fuck up, saying, bitch, what are you doing? But in reality, I feel like people should be able to support the art from the artist. And if he has good products and he has an amazing and astonishing resume and accolades, I think it's perfectly fine to give him his credit. But at the same time, I think it's perfectly fine, and I respect anyone who doesn't want to support him. And I think it's fine to respect people who do want to support him and people who don't want to support him. It is what it is. And because of his fans always kissing his ass and basically making him immune to criticism, and I know a lot of people are going to bring up how Jeffree Star said numerous times, I always fight for diversity with women. But what the fuck does that really mean? Are you saying that since he makes foundation suited for all races, that he can't have hatred towards black women? Why hasn't he apologized for attacking these particular black women like Shayla and Jackie? It seems like because of Shane and because of sympathy, you seem to get a slap on the wrist for every little fucking thing you do. Like, it's a little horrifying to show that as long as you're entertaining and funny or can sing or dance, people are just going to support what they want to support, which is perfectly understandable. But at the same time, you never let your emotions cloud your judgment. Even R. Kelly, I still love me some R. Kelly music. I still step in the name of love. But I feel like he deserves all the smoke for all the fucked up and horrible things that he has done. And it's really that simple. But I'm really all over the place with this video, and I think I've pretty much explained myself enough. So yeah, please be sure to leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all disagree, agree. Tell me what y'all agree with. Tell me what y'all see where I'm coming from. Tell me how I feel about Jackie. Tell me how I feel about Shayla. Tell me how y'all feel about the opposing arguments regarding Jackie and Shayla and whatever. And tell me if I missed something or there's a lot of information that I probably left out or probably didn't realize or peep. But yeah, that was that for this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Love this little peach cobbler. Gonna go eat some more. No, maybe not. I'm just go. I'm gonna eat some fruit after. I'm gonna eat some fruit. But yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch.
Let me know. Let me know. Oh, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. When I feel and I sometimes I'm trying to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to learn when you hurt you. There are times and are times you wanna pick yourself from me. But I can have to share. I've heard harder from what I see. Now at your best, you are love. You're a possibility until my life. Let me know. Let me know. Let us know. Let me know. Wow. That was for this video. Yeah. Let me know if you made it to the end. Thank you.